For the warm-up today, I'm going to try and practice doing all of these types of lines, or as many as I can given our time, in chalk pastel. And so a line is just a path created by a moving point, marker, object. And so these are all the different types of lines. Now, the benefit of using chalk pastel for some of these lines is that you can create different marks with them. So for example, let's start with the straight lines here, okay? So I can use this chalk pastel on its tip to create a really thin line. I can use it sort of on the broader side of the tip to create a bolder line. And then I can also use a piece of chalk pastel on its side to create an even different type of straight line, okay? So just as a heads up, you've got all of those different options. You also have the ability with chalk pastel to smear these to set the powder, right? Okay, so I can use my fingers to set them and it creates different effects, okay? And so I'm going to practice just different types. Okay, sounds easy enough. So horizontal lines here. I'm gonna do some on the diagonal. I'm going to do some that are wavy, using this on its side. I can create some that are zigzag. Okay. And I think you kind of get the idea here. Now, what I want you to start to do is, as you're using your chalk pastel in different ways, on its tip, kind of like so, on the broader side of the tip, okay, and then also on its side like this, I want you to see what it looks like to set the powder in different ways. What happens if you take one section of the line and smear it in a certain direction? It creates a different effect. What happens if I smear in different directions or smear only a part of the line? What happens if I create a broken line? What happens if I create a wavy line? Or a line of my own choosing? So the goal with this is to practice different types of line making, okay? But also see the different impacts that smearing versus non-smearing can have and how you can create some of your own mark making, okay? By using your chalk pastel on its tip for a really thin line, on the broader side of the tip, okay, and also on its side. How can you combine those together to create different marks?